So, welcome to Unit 4 live session this week. We're going to be talking about a couple things. Project cost management. Let me minimize my screen here. Also, we're going to be talking about project quality management. So, for this week's lessons, we're looking at quality management and project cost management. So we're going to understand the importance of project cost management. We're going to explain basic project cost management principles, concepts, and terms. We're going to describe the process of planning cost management. We're also going to discuss different types of cost estimates and methods for preparing them. We'll also understand the process of determining a budget and preparing a cost estimate for our IT project, which is what our final project is about. We're going to understand the benefits of earned value management. We're going to describe how project management software can assist in project cost management. So why is it important to have project cost management? Well, so they have a poor IT projects have a poor track record for meeting budget goals. So what is the project cost management process? Planning cost management determines the policies, procedures, and documentation that will be used for planning, executing, controlling project cost. Estimating costs, you develop an approximation or estimate of the cost and the resources needed to complete a project. You determine the budget, and you control the cost. This is an example of a project cost management summary. These are the basic principles of cost management. Profits, profit margin, life cycle costing, cash flow analysis. So what went right? Cost management, project cost management helps you determine what went right. What are types, costs, and benefits? So there's tangible cost or benefits. There's intangible costs or benefits. There's direct costs, indirect costs, and there's sunk costs. This one you want to be careful of because sunk costs is money that has been spent in the past when deciding what projects to invest in or continue. You should not include sunk costs. So there's some basic principles of cost management or learning curve theory, reserves. The project team uses expert judgment, analytical techniques, and meetings to develop the cost management plan. A cost management plan includes level of accuracy, organizational procedure links, control thresholds, rules of performance measurement, reporting formats, and process descriptions. You must take cost estimates seriously if you want to complete projects within budget. Pretty straightforward. These types of cost estimates, such as ROM, rough order of magnitude, budgetary, definition, or definitive. He shows when done, why it's done, and how accurate it is. So what are some of the tools and techniques you can use for cost estimates or project cost management? You can use a analogous or top-down estimate, bottom-up estimate, or parametric modeling. Some problems with IT cost estimates, they're done too quickly, and people lack estimating experience, and human beings are biased toward underestimation. Management desires accuracy when you're doing a cost estimate. This is just an example of a project cost estimate. And you'll be doing that in your project. You will be presenting a project cost estimate. This is a good example. How you determine a budget. Cost budgeting involves allocating the project cost estimate to individual work items over time. That's what your work breakdown structure is. That's why it's required. One important goal is to produce a cost baseline. Let's skip over this one. Controlling costs, project cost control includes monitoring cost, ensuring that only appropriate project changes are included in a revised cost baseline, informing your project stakeholders of authorized changes to the project that will affect costs. Many organizations around the globe have problems with cost control. Earned value management is a project performance measurement technique that integrates scope, time, and cost data. You must enter actual information periodically to use EVM. This is becoming more prevalent around the world, and people are using earned value management, which as a project performance measurement. Planned value, formerly called budgeted cost or work schedule. Actual cost. These are some earned value management terms. Earned value. Earned value is based on the original planned cost for the project. Rate of performance. So this is just an example of earned value calculations. This is an example of earned value formulas. Now, if you're taking the PMP test, you will get asked about some of these formulas. Not all of them, but you will get asked about earned value for sure. These are just some rule of thumbs for earned value numbers. Earned value chart. Project portfolio management. Many organizations collect and control an entire suite of projects or investments as one set of interrelated activities in a portfolio. Benefits of portfolio management. Extreme savings in dollars. So using software to assist in cost management, you can use spreadsheets, there's project management software, and there's also portfolio management software. So in summary, project cost management is a traditional weak area of IT projects, and project managers must work to improve their ability to deliver projects within approved budgets. Main processes include plan cost management, estimate costs, determine the budget, control costs. So now we're going to click over to looking at project quality management. So project quality management, we're going to understand the importance of what project quality management is for information technology products and services. We're going to define project quality management. We're going to describe quality management planning and discuss the importance of quality assurance. We're going to explain the main outputs of the quality control process. We're going to touch a little bit on Six Sigma and testing. And we'll look at how software can assist in project quality management. You'll hear a lot, people talk about quality over cost, cost over quality. You have to find a balance for sure. This is an example of what went wrong in a couple of projects because of poor quality. So what is project quality? Well, conformance to requirements, fitness for use. Project quality management ensures that the project will satisfy the needs for which it was undertaking. Processes include planning quality management, setting metrics or controlling metrics, performing quality assurance, performing quality control. So, planning quality implies the ability to anticipate situations and prepare actions to bring about the desired outcome. So how do you prevent defects? You select proper material, training and doctoring people in quality. You plan a process that ensures the appropriate outcome. Some scope aspects of IT projects: functionality, features, system outputs, performance, reliability, maintainability. Who's responsible for the quality of projects? Project managers are ultimately responsible. Several organization references can help project managers and their teams understand quality. ISO, IEE organization. So, performing quality assurance, you must do benchmarking, you do quality, do an audit. Benchmarking is a big one. Quality assurance includes all activities related to satisfying the relevant quality standards for a project. How do you control quality? Well, the main outputs of quality control are acceptance decisions, rework, process adjustments. So there's 7 basic tools of quality. Cause and effect diagrams, also known as fishbone or Ishikawa diagrams. The 5 whys. This is just an example of a cause and effect diagram. Control chart is a graphic display of data that illustrates the results of a process over time. The 7-run rule. 7-run rule states that if 7 data points in a row are all below the mean, above the mean, or all increasing or decreasing, then the process needs to be examined for a non-random problem. Check sheet. Example of a check sheet. Scatter diagram helps to show if there is a relationship between 2 variables. The closer data points are to a diagonal line, the more closely the 2 variables are related. This is an example of a scatter diagram. Histogram is a bar graph of a distribution of variables. This is an example of a histogram. Pareto chart, Pareto analysis, also called the 80-20 rule, meaning that 80% of problems are often due to 20% of the causes. Here's an example of a Pareto chart. Flow charts, sample of a flow chart. Run charts displays the history and pattern of variation of a process over time. Statistical sampling involves choosing part of a population of interest for inspection. So we're going to touch bases on Six Sigma. You're probably going to get some questions on your PMP test dealing with Six Sigma. So it is a comprehensive and flexible system for achieving, sustaining, and maximizing business success. Six Sigma is uniquely driven by close understanding of customer needs, disciplined use of facts, data, and analysis, and diligent attention to managing, improving, and reinventing business processes. So the target for perfection is 3.4 defects per million opportunities. DMAC is a systematic closed loop process for continuous improvement. So it stands for define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. This is some examples of Six Sigma projects that went right. So we're talking a little bit about some Six Sigma terms. Standard deviation measures how much variation exists in a distribution of data. Yield represents the number of units handled correctly through the process steps. Defect is any instance where the product or service fails to meet customer requirements. So the 6 nines of quality is a measure of quality control equal to 1 fault in 1 million opportunities. Testing, always test. This is testing task in the software development lifecycle. Very important part of when you're creating software is to do the testing. There's unit testing, integration testing, system testing, user acceptance testing. So a little bit about modern quality management. Requires customer satisfaction, prefers prevention to the inspection, recognizes management responsibilities for quality. ISO 9000 is the quality system standard. You'll see a lot of organizations that will put that ISO 9000 on their signature or to their company, because it is a well-recognized standard. Talks a little bit about project quality. Cost of quality is the cost of conformance plus the cost of non-conformance. These are 5 cost categories related to quality: prevention costs, appraisal costs, internal failure costs, external failure, measurement and test equipment cost. What are maturity models? Are frameworks for helping organizations improve their processes and systems. Talked about CMI levels: incomplete, performed, managed, defined, quantitative, managed, optimized. So this talks a little bit about using software. You can use spreadsheets, Pareto diagrams, fishbone diagrams. There is Six Sigma software out there, and there's also project management software such as your Gantt charts that help you in project quality management. So in summary, project quality management ensures that the project will satisfy the needs for which it was undertaken. Main processes include plan quality, perform quality assurance, perform quality control. So that concludes our Unit 4 live session for this week. I hope everyone has a great weekend and watch Super Bowl if you're into football. Anyway, have a great weekend. Talk to you later. Bye.